important.
You'd think every day at an ice cream factory would be great, right? But for Norco, today was especially sweet. The famous factory was destroyed during Lismore's catastrophic floods. But after a tough almost 2 years, it's back, and so are 130 of its workers.
We knew we were in trouble.
A 14.4 metre record flood wiping out an entire town and its iconic ice cream factory.
That's how high it went.
So that was the difference in the flood at Lismore last year.
To be honest, it looked like a war zone, like a bomb had hit the place, the whole town.
Norco's factory destroyed last year, leaving workers without a job.
It seemed pretty impossible to come back from.
Now we've been able to welcome back every single employee that wanted a job back here at Norco.
Tonight, the beating heart of the town is back to life.
I'm still kind of pinching myself today, going, we're back, we're here, we did it.
It's like Willy Wonka for Aussie ice cream. Chances are you've probably had one of Norco's tubs in your freezer before. It's a household brand that's been producing milk and dairy products from local farmers for over a century.
Well, it definitely looks different in here, doesn't it?
It's much different here. This was where we had some old tanks that had all lifted up and popped through the roof. All of this area was fairly well destroyed, really.
Built on the banks of the Wilsons River, as water levels rose, the Norco factory was one of the first to go under. It was a flood Norco's CEO, Michael Hampson, never expected.
You know, we got a flood that was 2.2 metres higher than what we'd ever experienced previously. So it was a huge effort. A lot of our team members here did the clean-up job. There's been a lot of work that's gone on over the last 18 months.
Glenn McIntosh was one of the few workers who didn't lose their job.
During the time we cleaned up the factory, obviously pulled everything apart, cleaned out all the rooms so we could pull it down. It's just we're stripping it out, making it safe, and then we've just been rebuilding since then.
But 130 other employees, like Jess Anderson, were laid off.
At that point in time, very uncertain about what would happen with the factory, really kind of just hanging on to see what would happen.
We were lucky that we were able to continue paying them for 26 weeks. And a lot of them went out and worked in the community, which were helping other businesses recover.
Jess picked up work at a company contracted to the cleanup. Now she's back at Norco with a promotion.
Been very fortunate to be a part of the senior leadership team coming back on site for the relaunch. We are still hiring. We're bringing on local people every day. We've got another 10 new starters today. This
facility wouldn't be where it is today without the generous help of the Australian government. So they've chipped in $34.7 million.
A much-needed lifeline to go towards Norco's $100 million repair bill.
We are right on the banks of the river here. Some might say it's a silly move to rebuild right here. Why did you choose to rebuild here?
Well, it's simply economics. It would have cost probably another $100 million to move the site somewhere else, and we just didn't have that kind of money.
This time, it's designed to be as flood-proof as possible.
So this room here is basically like a big submarine vault.
That's right. So the walls have been strengthened and widened. There's support arms that come down.
It's to protect the 18 massive ice cream silos inside.
So how heavy is this door?
It's about 650 kilos.
Wow.
And it's designed that when the event of a flood, we close it.
That is heavy.
Jam it shut.
We have just hoped the whole factory doesn't float away now because it is basically a big boat in some areas.
Mezzanine areas have also been built 15 metres high to store critical electrical equipment.
There probably will be another flood. It's